Oh, help!
Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. It was a little bit different from my normal content, if you could tell, and I will explain why. Basically, I didn't have a computer. That is also the reason why I haven't been posting or uploading. You haven't seen much of me this, 2.5, 3 weeks. But anyways, I'll explain all that jazz a bit later. But basically, while I didn't have my computer, I decided it would be fun to relive some nostalgia, pull it up from my closet and attic, and kind of make my own little railway. As you saw, I had some Tony stuff. I had a lot of wooden railway things that I was able to construct. And then I also had my little O-gauge, I think. Pretty sure it's O-gauge, unless it's double O-gauge. But anyways, had that stuff. It was great. You saw Thomas, Percy, and O-gauge. I believe there was NKP 765. You had a Baltimore and Ohio little saddle tank. That is one of my favorites. Unfortunately, it doesn't run. Don't know why. But there was all sorts of stuff too. I know there was a lot of footage. There was a lot of footage of Donald or Douglas. I'm pretty sure it's Donald, but I'm almost willing to bet I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments. I do know their names. I just get them mixed up. They're twins. That's what they're for. They're getting mixed up. Anyways, the reason you saw mostly him was because he was the only one that worked out of the bunch we still had. So I have Gordon, Spencer, James. Yeah, Gordon, Spencer, James, Salty, and whatever, Donald or Douglas. Again, correct me if I'm wrong the first time. But, basically, even though some of them looked fine, like Gordon looked fine, Salty looked fine, Spencer looked fine, they did not want to work. Put new batteries in them. Some of them still had their old batteries in them, and the batteries in there had exploded, which is probably the reason why half of them don't work. Basically, they just failed. So unfortunately, James was on static display, and I was only able to run one engine on the Tony track. I also had a mutilated Arthur and a mutilated Amy, both in the Tony, or not Amy, Lady, that you guys did not get to see, because they were just, they were beyond repair. We had a nice, and as you saw, we had some little wooden railway stuff, Diesel 10, I think, 60-year Thomas was in there too, which was really nice to kind of throw in there. I had so many ranges of different stuff, is what I'm trying to say. And it was really fun putting together for you guys. It was a lot different with a physical camera as opposed to a digital camera with Train Simulator. There are some challenges I wish to never face again with a physical camera. I'll tell you that much. And I want to say, I know I said this with the last video, but I do want to say that in this video, I think the hardest part was definitely the audio recording. not recording per se, because I didn't record any audio. In fact, the only audio you guys would have heard is of the Tomy and the of the O-Gauge electric track. So I decided, you know what, we're gonna add my own sound effects. So I grabbed some Thomas sound effects and crammed them in there. And I hope I did a good job at audio balancing. You guys let me know, because that's one of my main struggles with my video editing right now. But other than that, this video is super fun to make. I do want to thank Instrument Maniac, I believe. Also correct me if I'm wrong. I'm doing all of this impromptu. Gotta go to work in a couple of minutes, an hour or so. But he supplied the fantastic music that you heard. So I definitely recommend checking him out. I'll leave his link in the description either way. So even if I do get his name wrong, you guys will go to the right place. And other than that, I think that's just about it for the basic description of the video. Now, the second half is me trying to explain why I was gone. So, basically, rewind like 2 weeks back, 2.5 weeks back, maybe 3 weeks back, we had a power outage. Funnily enough, this power outage was not caused by a storm or anything, which makes me a little more mad because it was something that was completely preventable. But I won't get into why that happened. But basically, the surge from the power outage sent a shock through my computer, which fried stuff in my computer. So I took it to a shop. They said, okay, yeah, we'll check it out. Best case, it'll be 2 days. Give us 2 days. So, you know, I pay $80, blah, blah, blah. They're going to go look over stuff. I get a call 3 days later, which is, a little, because they said, oh, I'll give you a call tomorrow, worst case, the next day. So I get a late call, and they're like, okay, well, we figured out what's wrong with your computer, blah, blah, blah. It's just got a fried disk drive. So I'm like, okay. So in my head, I'm just like, that's really great, because all of the passion projects I had on there are now gone. Everything on my computer is gone. I've lost everything. I've lost Annie and Clarabelle. I've lost so much stuff. A lot of fun stuff that I haven't released yet that I'm really excited to make videos and show you guys about Friday. But a lot of stuff was gone, and I was devastated. It got me in a really bad mental state. And I wasn't really talking to people on Discord. I wasn't in the mood for a community post on YouTube, because working on those passion projects is really what made me happy. And when I didn't have that, I just got in this really bad mental state. I was still am trying to recover from my terrible diet choices that I may have made when I lost my data. But anyways, so he's like, well, I asked him, is there anything I can do to get my data back? He's like, well, if you leave your computer with us for about 2 more days, we will run a device that will try to recover your data. And I'm like, okay, do you know how much, what the percentage is that my data will be covered? Like, how high of a percent, how likely will I be to have my data recovered? And he just says, I don't know. And so I further ask, oh, okay, well then, does it just depend on how it was damaged? If it was like fried, crushed, or blah, 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 etc. And then he says to me again, I don't know. Which is a little frustrating because in my eyes, he's a person who's working on like a whole bunch of computers. Like, he's been, I'm no computer genius. He's supposed to be the computer genius. And when I hear I don't know twice like that, I'm just a little worried. So, and if you're a computer genius, let me know in the comments if he was completely justified in saying I don't know twice like that. He could be 100% right. But anyways, I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and run this data recovery thing, okay? And he's like, oh, one more thing though. We do need to replace that fried drive. And you can basically go get one yourself, or we can wait another day and I can shop for one and have it shipped to our store. And I was like, okay, I really just want my data back really quickly. So I told him I'm just gonna go to the store and get a new one. So I went to the store, I bought a new drive for about $380. I bought a surge protector to make sure this never happens again for about $60. Check that out. We're all good to go. And after about 3 more days, again, a day late, he calls and says, hey, my data recovery thing was able to recover nothing. So we're going to refer you to a data recovery specialist. And at this point, I'm kind of getting really mad because this was only supposed to take 2 days, and at this point, it's taken like a whole week. And so I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So I contact the data recovery specialist, and we go back and forth. And the data recovery specialist, I loved their service way more than the people who were helping me at the repair place. Again, computer people correct me if I'm completely in the wrong about that. But they're like, okay, yeah, well, here's an estimate of the cost. And I'm like, wow, that is a lot. And he's like, there's no sure way to tell you how much it'll cost until we take a look at your device. And so you're just going to need to ship it to us. So I ship them my device, and that takes like another 2 days, right? They receive it, they examine it, which takes about a day, and then they tell me, okay, the cost to recover the data on this device is going to be $3,530, which is a lot. That's basically all I made in a majority of last year, in a majority of working at my current job. Like that's such a hit to my wallet. But at the same time, I can't put a price on these passion projects. I just can't. So I said yes. So we were definitely going to do that. And so they went ahead with that. But then they also said, oh, you know, I did miss this. But they did say you can also send a target device on which we put that new data on. And if you don't send a target device, it'll be like an $89 charge for us to get a new device to put your data on. And I'm like, okay, you know, I'm thinking I can just take the one that the computer repair guy installed in my computer that I gave him and send it to him. And that's when the data recover specialist told me that's not how it works. If you send us a device, it has to be completely new in the package. So because this dude at the repair place, who is partnered with these data recovery specialists, installed this new drive into my computer, I had to pay an additional $89 for a drive I didn't need, which was also very frustrating. But in the end, I went through it all, and here we are. I've got my data back. I think everything works. I haven't noticed anything missing, although they say I'm missing about 5% of my data, although I'm such a huge data hoard that I don't think it makes a big difference because whatever I lost probably wasn't too important to me anyways. But yeah, I think that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video, and I hope to be able to keep making content for you guys. And if you need anything, let me know in the comments. I'll be answering any questions, or I'll be parking some comments down there. I look at all of them, by the way. I do care about comments almost more than likes. Probably more than likes. But I hope you guys have a I'm not even gonna try that. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And I will see you guys later.